way you make decisions right now are affecting your future life. Your past decisions aren't good or bad, your current life is. The truth about how we judge our old moves. Ever look at a decision that you made and wonder if it was a good move or not? Was the university worth it? Was that job a waste of time? Was the relationship the right call? Here's the truth. Your past actions are judged based on where you are now. Not when you made them, not how they felt at that time, but how your life looks like today. And that mindset can mess you up if you don't see it clearly. A lot of you guys are operating at a low, low, low frequency to a point where you don't have good standards. You're doing the bad habits. You're not showing up 100% of the time. And you're not grinding to the full capacity you can. You're not emptying the tank every single day. You can't know if a move was right when you make it. You can't measure a move mid game. In the moment, you're always guessing. No matter how calculated your decision was, you don't get to know if it was the right move until way later. And even then, you still get it wrong. Because how you judge the past is based entirely on your current reality, the lens you currently have on reality. If you're operating with guilt, if you're operating with fear, if you're operating with shame, oh, I'm not a good person, I don't know if I'm good enough, those are limiting beliefs. And you're operating at a low frequency to a point where you're not going to surpass the potential you have. But on the other hand, if you start operating at a frequency where you're super happy every single day, because happiness is a choice, guys. You're grateful for every moment. You're going to the enlightenment. If you guys saw the map of consciousness, it talks about it sees. If you guys saw the map of consciousness, if you guys saw the map of consciousness and you see the frequencies, the different kinds of frequencies, and if you operate at one of the highest, you start to see, you perceive the things way differently. You start to act differently. Your physiology is way different. Your circle's different. The way you speak is way different. Everything, right? Have you ever wondered that someone is super successful? They always operate at a high, high frequency. They're always happy. They're always energetic. They have conviction. But when it comes to like a depressed person, some people like to self-sabotage themselves. Some people like to operate that frequency where it keeps them sad because maybe they like the validation. Maybe it feels comfortable. Some people are depressed because it feels comfortable to be in that state of mind. It feels comfortable to play video games. It feels comfortable to eat like shit, right? You literally can't know if a move is right until like 6 months down the line, 12 months down the line. It doesn't hit you right now, but it hits you later down the line. If you're eating healthy, if you're hitting the gym like 6 days a week, if you're constantly doing sales training, if you're constantly doing sales calls, if you're constantly showing up every single day, 6 months down the line, you're probably gonna be making like 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month. Who knows? If you're always putting in the right work, you're going to see the results. You're going to see the fruits of the labor. You're going to reap the rewards. And here's an example, a university example, good or bad move. Your success really rewrites your story, guys. Let's say you went to university, and now imagine two scenarios. You graduate and scroll on social media, and you see kids your age making millions of dollars online. Suddenly, school seems like a waste of time. You blame it, you feel behind, you regret the choices. A few years later, you build a tech startup. It takes off. Suddenly, school feels like it's worth it. You justify at that point. You're like, oh, the network helped. It taught me structure. It gave me the skills I would have learned otherwise. Same past, different present, completely different meaning, guys. Language and meaning completely different. The way how you describe things can have different meanings, right? Your emotions around the past change when your results do. So the way how you really feel in the moment can really change your past. See, if you feel happy, if you feel like, oh yeah, I'm the man, I'm gonna need to operate at a high level, and you start doing the things that you really need to do, bro, your past is gonna change. You're gonna rewrite your story. And then your story keeps rewriting itself. How you feel now equals how you frame that, right? A decision can feel like a blessing today, and you might regret it next year. There might be a blessing again 5 years later. Let's go deeper in this, right? Here's another example. Say you got a girl pregnant, feels like a mistake. Then 10 years later, you're rich. You see it as a blessing. You avoided the white picket fence trap. You had freedom others didn't. You had to lock in. You had to provide for your family, whatever the case is. But 10 years later, after that, you're older. Your network's way smaller, no partner around. She might have left you. Now you regret it again. Same decision, but infinite rewrites. Dude, It's all about the decisions you make today. Your future self really depends on the decisions you make on a daily basis. You know, and here's another example. If you're an athlete, right, or if you consider yourself as an athlete, or you want to consider yourself as an athlete, and you smoke like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, does an athlete do that? Does he mess up his lungs? No, he trains relentlessly every single day. He puts in the work no matter what. He really grinds. He wakes up in the morning, goes to bed on time every single day. But you, on the other hand, you probably smoke, you probably drink, and dude, you don't understand how it's affecting your body. And if you're trying to become like a bodybuilder, if you're trying to really get a jacked physique, you must operate at a high level. You must avoid the distractions. You must cut out alcohol. You must cut out smoking. Maybe once in a blue moon, if you truly love it, go for it. But at the same time, you got to understand that you're sabotaging your body. You're sabotaging your future self, right? There's so many things you guys could do to really get towards where you truly want to go. It just really depends on your perspective and the lens you guys are viewing every single day on your daily life, right? And the present is the only thing that really matters right now over what happened. Whether or not you went to university, whether or not you messed up a relationship, whether or not you wasted 3 years on a business that really didn't go anywhere, that didn't progress, these things only feel like good or bad moves based on what your life looks like today. If you're winning today, the past becomes part of the story. If you're struggling today, the past becomes your excuse. You stay stagnant, whatever the case is. When you're moving fast now, all your past losses become setups, right? But when you're stagnant now, all your past, essentially, your past wins start looking like flukes. You feel like, oh man, I might have got lucky. Might have got a lucky 5K a month in sales. I got a lucky 10K a month in sales. Now I'm making like 2K. Oh, I completely suck, whatever the case is, right? But it's not. Make today count. It changes everything. Fix now, and the past fixes itself. This is the unlock. You can't change your past, but when you change the lens you see it through, the perspective, and that lens is completely controlled by your current habits, your current energy, your current progress. If you're dialed in this week, for example, hitting the gym, pushing in business, evolving your mindset, then suddenly everything you've done, even the mistakes, start to make sense because you're back in control. You're winning again. Your winning rewrites everything. The way to forgive your past is to really dominate the present. So here's the tip, guys. If you feel like you're in a rut, if you feel like you're depressed, if you feel like you're not operating at like the standard you want to operate at, change your perspective. Operate like an athlete. Change your identity. It really depends on who you want to become. Essentially, if you love to become like an athlete, operate at that level. Does the athlete complain? Does the athlete feel like, oh, I'm tired, I'm not gonna do jack shit? No, he still shows up. He still puts in the work, right? Does the athlete smoke? Does the athlete drink? No, he doesn't. Cut all that BS. Does the athlete eat clean? Yes, he eats clean because he needs to operate at a high level, right? Whatever you put in your body and it's shit, you're gonna operate like a fucking a Toyota or some shit. I don't know. But if you actually eat really, really clean, you're gonna operate like a Lamborghini or whatever you guys want to call it, right? It doesn't matter. So you guys gotta really understand, like, whatever you want to become, you have to shift your perspective, right? How you show up every single day is very important. If you have low energy, no one wants to talk to you, man. Let's be honest here. I'm not gonna talk to some guy who has low energy. Oh yeah, my life is all right. Yeah, all I just do is play video games. All I just do is, bro, shut the fuck up and get out of the room, man. Holy shit. I hate when people operate at that type of frequency, man. Fuck that shit. Anyways, your current habits, your current energy, and your current progress really dictates from how you perceive things on a daily basis. So just remember, take it easy and everything will be fine. Peace.